I'm eating a packet of crisps out of my local pub, Fairfield Farm, roast rib of beef, right? Got another packet there. That's my dinner for today. But before we get stuck into this, I want you all to do one thing. John Godley, what's your last name? John Godley. Fucking hell. John, behave yourself. Tell me what your last name is. I'm lagging. Right? Proper lagging. You would not believe I've had about 6 or 7, maybe 8 pints of Guinness, with proper Guinness, right? Real Guinness, right? I'm on what's known as the well, some people call it the Atkins diet. It's not the Atkins diet. We just eat eggs and meat, right? And I'm going to have a fucking proper steak at the end of this conversation, right? With eggs. I've just bought a pallet of eggs, 24 eggs, right? From a local farm. Real chickens. Quack, 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 all round. Is that a quack or is that a chicken? Right? All out there, right? Go into the place and you go and buy them, and I've just bought a whole pallet of them eggs. I can tell you all now, right? Sometime in your lives, you have to have the arsehole to stand up and say, fuck you, right? And I can tell you, I'm encouraging the people of Devon to say, fuck you, right? Because we have to stand up as English. I'm going to try not to swear in this. I'm already lagging, right? I've had about 8 pints of Guinness. I don't know how many pints of Guinness I've had, but I've had a chaser of a Sambuca, right? And I ain't even touched on this stuff yet, right? I've said to her, I'm going to bring in 2 single malt whiskies from England, right, into your pub, right? And I expect them to be on that. They're like, yeah, Graham, we'll put them up on the optics, right? If you say it's good gear, we'll have it, right? But I was in the listen, people. Right, we're going to get into the main subject of this, and the main subject is remember who you are, right? You are English. That's all you want. Let me just take these glasses off, right? It does more nutting. Right. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, right? You're English, right? Scream at people. I'm English. I'm not British. And once you do that, you'll be right. I look like Joe 90s, don't I? Please, I've got a little square one. Let me turn that one off slightly. It's not going off that way. Fucking wanker. I fucked it all up now. Let's turn it off that way. Yeah, I've nearly got it so you can look into my... Listen. Look into my eyes. Listen, I'm just English. I'm a normal, everyday Englishman, right? I just finished a podcast about an hour ago with an Islamic geezer, right? But he's with us. He ain't against us, right? And I just finished it, and I said, listen, we've got to cut all this bollocks out because people are trying to create a violent revolution. And those people are British oligarchs, the British cartel, right? The British, I don't like calling them what they keep referring to themselves on social media, right? Wrongly, I may add, right? As The elite, they're not elite. They're nowhere near it, right? The elites are us, right? Normal, everyday working people. I'm going to ask everyone watching this, right? It's a Friday night. You're going to have to excuse me. I'm in Devon, my new home, right? And I fucking love it, right? Let me tell you something. I've gone out and got a whole fucking load of eggs today. Got all this different stuff. I've got proper apple cider vinegar from the farm, unadulterated. There it is, Graham. Go for it, son. I took a swig before I went down the pub. Right. If you ever want to be healthy, you want to live naturally. I'm hoping some of these massive eggs over there, I'm going to have a fry up when I finish this, right? I'm going to sit there and say, right, I'm going to have a fry up. And we're going to do it. Everyone out there, are you all watching, seeing, listening, and hearing to what I'm saying, right? I've got some important things to say. Listen, you know I do not mince my words, right? I am not into, in any way or form, I am not into talking bollocks to you, right? You are my audience, and I will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, as I see it, and that is mainly from the archives and from real history and from the legal history of England, right? So here we go. Here's the boring part, right? Been a big case promoted by the British. All right, blah, blah, blah. Look at all these people. They want you to rear up. They want you to be aggressive. They're appealing to your English, right? Nation of violence. We are violent. I agree. The English are violent. We don't beat up women, right? We do go to war and we finish wars in our favour, apart from the Second World War, right? But all you need to understand is this, right? And it's a classic that everyone needs to understand, right? And I'm going to tell the truth as I know it. Listen. I've never had so much fun in all my life since I've lived in Devon, right? I'm going to show you a video in a minute. We found a slow worm in the pub, right? A cocker spaniel. I won't call it a cocker king spaniel because that's an insult to the spaniel, right? It found a slow worm in the pub, right? I'm going to show you to her, right? So this little looks like a snake. I went, what? They was going to me, Graham, look. Right? And I was going, what the fuck is that? And they went, it's a slow worm, right? I said, listen, I've got to go and find some adders. Some other bits and pieces. We got to turn this in, right? Anyway, cut a long story short, I'm not just saying it, Shell, right? I fucking love Devon. It's the only cafe you can walk into. I can't have a fucking pint of Guinness and a Sambuca. I walks up with a slow worm. I said, look what my dog just found under your seat. I was like, fuck off. Right, I'm going to show you in a minute, right? Let me tell you something. I am so chilled. Everyone keeps saying to me, what is it you do for a living again? I said, I don't do fuck all for a living apart from fucking, there's no living in it. Standing up for the English, right? There it is. So I'm taking my little bottle of booze into the pub, right? I said you could have it as a donation, right? And I'm going to bring in a bottle of the English, right? And everyone in here better start respecting who we are, right? You better be talking about who we are. So getting into this, listen, there's a few people out there. I'll bet they'd love it if I was having a beer with them, right? There's a geezer in the pub. I won't say his name. He's an alcoholic. They went, look, you're like his best mate. I said, yeah, because I understand him. He probably thinks, oh, fuck this. I can't do anything about it. So I just keep dropping the fucking booze. That don't work, people, right? You have to stand up, sober up, understand the English of the English, and drive forward, right? And that's all we're going to keep doing. I'm going to say it once and once only. Never surrender, right? And by the way, to all those wife-beating Pakistani Muslims, and there are, listen, I ain't got a problem with Islam. Believe it or not, I haven't, right? And all them other people out there, right, who think that you can abuse women, go and fuck yourself, right? Because there's real men out there that will probably absolutely, and there's a few ladies out there who will know what I'm talking about, right? A proper Englishman will treat you with respect, right? You might get hard beat for the weekend. I'm pissed tonight. I shouldn't be doing this show tonight, right? But anyway, it's a Friday night, and I thought, bollocks, I'm going to do it anyway, right? Let me tell you something now. I've got to stop saying right, because otherwise people might think I'm on the left, and I'm not. I'm right in the middle. Right. Have you ever seen DD like this before? This place is fucking lovely. I absolutely love Devon, right? I've been driving out today. I went out to find them eggs, right? It's like if you went to drive in London to find your local supermarket, you go for all these traffic lights, you go for this, that, right? I'm going up country lanes, as tiny as one car. And I'm thinking it can't be up here. Then you go up there, left, right, central, and all of a sudden you hit this thing and it says turn left for the double yoke. So turn left, and you go into this thing. There's 3 farms in one thing, and they've got this farm shop with a camera. I would have got him with a mask on just for a laugh, right? And they've got this farm shop, and they said just put your cash in the thing, take what you want. If you've done that in London, you'd be fucked, right? They're not enough. And then this farmer comes up to me. I shouldn't be doing this show tonight, right? This farmer comes up to me and he says to me, there's a camera. I said, is there? He went, yeah. If anyone steals it, you get the police knocking on the door. He says, if anyone steals anything, they get the police knocking on the door. And I said, I said, they don't knock on your door in London if you fucking rape someone, let alone fucking steal an egg, you cunt. He just looks at me as if to say, it was like he didn't really have a clue what was going on. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to be sensible, right? I probably shouldn't be doing this show tonight. I'm going to be sensible. He said to me, we used to be a high trust society. I said, yeah, where'd you learn that from? Right? I said, we still are. And the geezer was trying to say to me, because I had an accent that come from London, right? Let me tell you something now. I am fucking proud of the people of London, even though we've had to evacuate London, right? And what we're trying to do now is warn the rest of the fucking country what's going on. And we are doing it. And we will do it. In Norfolk, in Lancashire, in Cumbria, or Cumbriashire, whatever you want to describe it as Northumbershire. The people are rising. And what are you actually seeing? Tell me what you're actually seeing. The English flag being pulled up. whether it's on lampposts, wherever it is, it's the English flag. The Union flag is the flag of the enemy. I was explaining that tonight in the pub, and people was listening. There were some Welsh people in there. Didn't like what I was saying. You know why? Because they're British. They're not Welsh. There were some Scottish people in there listening, and they understood what I was saying. The British are the problem. We got to keep pushing it out there. How many people are watching tonight? I ain't got a clue. Listen, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it once only, right? Hit the like button. Is this higher definition or lower definition? I'm not sure what the camera is doing at the moment. I like to do many things to get it to work tonight, as you can imagine, right? But everyone should understand. I'm an Englishman. That's it. Right? I don't give a fuck about the British. I don't give a fuck about the Scots, the Welsh, or even the Irish. I give a fuck about England. The Northern Irish are the closest to the English that you'll ever get, right? They are so closely aligned to us, it's untrue. That they are superbly aligned. So I'm going to get into, don't forget to share, don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe, right? Not like I give a real, that's fucking piss about subscribers, right? If it was on YouTube, everyone would be going, oh, ping, 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 right? You've seen that, Liam Trust, Liam, whatever his name is, you know, the Tommy Robinson geezer, the one who's like, what with Tommy Robinson, ping, 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 right? All these people on YouTube, ping, ping, ping. There's only one true platform, Rumble. Right? It's the truest platform ever. And you'll get there in the end. Hello. Archie-not. I do apologise. Anyone want to come down to a full Comanche, right? In other words, you can buy me X amount of Sambucas, right? And I'll be lagging, and you can say, right, I want you to drink 10 Sambucas shots and then do a fucking full Comanche English seminar about the English Constitution. And I'll be going, bonk, 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 and all of a sudden you'll just go, whack. That's what it is, right? There's one thing that I will say to you, in all seriousness, right, about people just like me. Don't matter how drunk you get, right? Don't matter what happens in your life. Doesn't matter what happens to you. You will still stand up and say, I'm an Englishman, right? And I believe in English justice, in English law, and the English Constitution. And there's no better person, especially when they're lagging, right? And I am lagging, trust me. I've had too many Guinnesses, too many Sambucas. It's Friday, right? You wait till I get the pub up and running again, right? I'm even thinking about taking photos of the pub, but not telling you where the pub is, and then doing me as the landlord of the pub, right? At where I am now. And you lot will be going, fucking hell. Right, I'll get all these people on there. Dennis Langman, what would you do? How to say? Right, I can't see the questions from here. Minnie Mouse, good advice, Steve. What's that? Steve Lamas. What is it Steve Lamas said? Steve Lamas probably said, don't have a beer. Fuck off, Steve. Let me go and let's have a look. Right, go back to the original conversation. Don't forget, sharing is caring, right? So you're getting a proper Englishman and telling you exactly what's going on. I am highly disappointed in what has been said and done with Epping, in Epping Forest in North East London, right? And the reason for that is that one of the justices, Justice Bean, has made a number of judgments in the past. Someone said to me that he was the head of the Fabian Society. I don't remember that, but if anyone's got any evidence of that, send it to me. Justice Bean is one of the people that I've used previously for an Englishman who told a police officer to fuck off, right? And called an Englishman a dickhead, which is great fun, isn't it? Call a fucking copper a dickhead. He got took to the court for it. His case got thrown out because of Justice Bean's judgment, right? So you have to use their laws, whether it's statute or the common law. You have to understand what it is. Can I nick one of these crisps while I'm at it? I'm starving. I'm just about to have a nice bit of steak, 2 eggs. When we finish with this conversation, let's have a look. DD, be careful when you are cooking. Listen, don't worry about me cooking, right? I've got 2 fire extinguishers. I ain't got no. There's no fire alarms. Oh, there is one fire alarm up there. The fire alarms tell you when the dinner's ready. Right, we'll just crack on. Let me have a look. Who's out there at the moment? Give me a 5v5 if you are full on board and listening, and then I'll get into the Epping case. The Epping case is important. What's happening in Chesson, which was live recently. Did anyone see Emma, I think her name is? She done a video with me 2 weeks ago. It takes too long for them to do the edits. You have to get it out there. Who's out there? Neil 56 is out there. Sue Ellen's out there. Rob Young is another proper geezer, right? Listen, I don't mention Rob Young enough, right? He used to believe he was British. Now he understands. He was born in Cornwall. He understands his English and he understands who the enemy is. Another military personnel that gets it. As long as you're all getting me, 5v5. Right. You need to understand. This is not minor. I ain't got no booze here. Where's me? I had a Guinness here earlier. You need to understand. In the case of Epping, the local authority, apart from making a very disparaging comment about the people of Epping, and they did, because I've watched the video, they put an injunction on the British government to stop, because it was against planning permission rules and the regulations on hotels, to stop migrants being positioned in local hotels. The government have stepped in and the Home Office made a statement today that foreigners' rights trump your rights as English people, right? The case today was not a decider. The case today was literally an interim case where an interim injunction had been put in place and approved of by the High Court in the favour of the people of Epping in Essex, in England. The High Court today have put a stay on the injunction for the full case and the full hearing to be heard in October, right? And then above that, there is the Supreme Court. If you, the people of Epping, the people of the home counties, the people of England, want someone to stand up for you, then tell the people of Epping to get me to put an application in as an intervener. And I will promise you faithfully, you will get me, not being paid, not being one of those British whatever, who are the British, just to make sure everyone understands this, the British solicitors, the British barristers, the main way that they earn their money is through negligence of the English National Health Service. Do you understand that? Most of the millionaires that are sitting in your parliament that are ex-barristers have made all of their money from your tax money, from your national insurance, through the negligence of social care. Right? Once you understand that, you'll understand what I'm saying. Do you want someone that represents you in that court? Do you want someone that represents the English, the people from Epping? Where did the peasants' revolt start? In Essex. Who repelled Napoleon in England? The people of Essex. The Essex Rifles. Look at history and understand who you are. You are the English. So if you want someone to represent you, you need to appeal to all those people. There's some great people out there. EY Audits is one of them, right? I'm not bigging him up for any other reason that I've watched his channel. I've watched what he does. You need a number of people that put a high vis on, and that high vis must state legal observer. They don't get involved. They don't do anything other than an auditor, and they show exactly both sides of what's going on. So when you get into the High Court, by the way, legal observers have been acknowledged by the High Court as being independent professional witnesses. So you show what the police are doing, you show what the protesters are doing, and you don't make any comments. You just go bump, bump. You don't get involved with the arguments. That's called a legal observer, and the High Court recognises them. That is how you protect protesters, because the protesters are doing nothing wrong. The British police are doing or acting in ways against protest rights, against freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, etc. The English are rising. You got to get away from the Union flag. It's no good. Right? I'm not having. Listen, 20%. Let me just show you something previously. Here's my ashtray. Right, I've only last few days been having a few smokes. It's been a bit stressful, everything that's going on. But I do want to make sure everyone is aware, right? Every shire, Devonshire, Dorset, Norfolkshire, Suffolkshire, really important, Lancashire, right, needs to stand up, because the two central key positions in the country are London, or Londonistan, right, and Yorkshire have been demolished. People need to stand up and take them back, right? I'm not saying that everyone in London is a bad person. That's not what I'm saying. Everyone in Yorkshire is a bad person. That's not what I'm saying. But you do need to understand the assistance of the destruction of Yorkshire and London is primarily from the British or the British Empire, right? And everyone needs to understand that. Do you want me to talk about further? I thought I said something about Peterloo then. Where did I say that? Right. Any young lady is watching me tonight. Young lady means anyone under the age of 85. Listen, trust me, right? Up to the age of 40. Anyone below the age of 40, drop me right out, right? Because you don't understand what I'm talking about, all right? You've almost been brainwashed. Let me have a look and see what I've got. Anything? I'm looking at my phone as I'm speaking. Is there any questions from anyone? Does everyone understand that today, and if you get a British solicitor involved, if you're in Epping, right, or anyone else for that matter, if you're in Epping and you get anyone who the only person that gives a fuck about you is me, right? Listen, right? Any British barrister is completely and utterly into it. Let me show. So Emma Dunwell, speak freely. The man Starmer is a committed Marxist. Episode 3, speaking podcast. My guest today, Graham Moore. Oh, there she is. I won't go. Very adept in British law, right? Emma, name is very nice. Bit too young for me, though. I don't know how old she is, though. The man Starmer is committed Marxist. Episode 3 of the Speak Freely podcast. My guest today is Graham Moore. Did anyone watch that today? I'm asking you the question. Go and do a search on YouTube, and I guarantee it's not been put out to anyone. Let me have a look. DD, that judge is a fake them. What judge? I keep seeing a lot of woke people, not awake, woke. We're currently being attacked on Twitter. if you're watching this on a Friday night, subscribe, like, especially if you're watching on catch up, and share, because sharing is caring, right? It's very unusual for me to have a full and out and listen, it's Friday night. I thought I'd pop in the pub. My local pub is about 3 doors away. It's Sandy, right? Because when Miss Bandylegs is absolutely lagging, right? She can't walk. The only way she can get in bed with me listen, it is true though, isn't it? Right? Let me try and put down. Miss Bandylegs would walk in there, and I'm like, and then I had a coffee, and I go, nah, I can't do that to her. But you'd have to be completely sober. Steve, can Tracy put the link in the comments? Link for what? Patriots, White Dragon Englishman. Up the English. Listen, I am a full Comanche Englishman. I'm not interested in anything else. I'm only interested in England. England is under attack. And if anyone thought tonight they was going to tune into a full Comanche proper conversation about England, you ain't got it. Right? I do apologise. Listen, I've had a beer, right? So I'm going to do something really bad. As every European does when he's in the pub. Right? And I paid no duty on this. It's Amberley. The cheapest form of tobacco you can find, right? I don't smoke. I'm not smoking. I'm just telling you. I'm just having a chilled out vibe. If I could read these comments. What's that? Never go swimming with bow-legged women. That's quite funny. Listen, I'll put that back in there. Never go swimming with bow-legged women. Causes a problem. Let's have a look. Swimming, good herd, Christian women. What's that say? A good-hearted Christian woman is what you need, Dave. Yeah, but I can't find one. I'll never find a Christian woman who absolutely adores me. Don't mind me swearing now and again. I don't swear a lot, really. I do. I was in a pub the other day and someone said, you need to stop that swearing. Yeah, I was in a booze hole. It's a geezer I quite like in there. Right, and they went to me, why do you like him? I said, well, he said, what? He said, I was a good bugger. He says, everyone's a good bugger. And then they went, he's a beep. I went, oh, right. Well, excuse the locals, right? But he does think, it seemed to me to be very isolated. And I don't get involved with the bullying class. That's very British. So the chancellor gives me some hope. As long as she has a hairy, blue-legged woman. What's that? As long as she's not a hairy, blue-legged woman. Listen, I've still got to cook myself something to eat. This is a Friday night, right? So I had an interview earlier, soberish, with Crypto, is it? One of the Muslim guys. I quite like him, to be honest with you. And Ian EM so and so. We agree on a lot of things. You can never agree on 100%, right? We agree on lots of things. And one of the main things that I agree on is we are being manipulated by the British Empire divide and rule. Right? And we are agreed that the English Constitution is above all everything. Hi everyone. Check out the speak. There was a show tonight with Emma. Is it Emma Dumlow? Whatever her name is. I've took everything off my page at the moment because it was clogging me up. I'm trying to get closer to the screen so I can read it. Right, let me have a look. Juicy and Lucy. Okay, if only I knew which pub. What pub? Had a ribeye and garlic with. Listen, I had a proper meal. I'm just staring at a plate of massive, great big eggs like that, chicken eggs. And I'm hoping in one or two of them are going to be double yolkers. Let's have a look here. Robbie Young is out there again. Hit the English flag. Give me some hope of England. Who's out there at the moment? Let me have a look. Let's see if I can see anyone. I can't see anyone at the moment. I'm fucking lagging. And I am just about holding it together here, people. Because I want to go and cook myself something to eat. I found my local doctors, by the way, today. Went out and had a chat with them. Well, I didn't have a chat with them. But Builder let me in. He said, write my note over there. I said, all right, then I will do. So I did. Advance UK is not that they are not the people you want to be involved with. I can tell you that now. Advance UK are not a bit of us. Reform are not a bit of us. And Restore are not a bit of us. You either talk about England or you don't, right? England is destroyed by these people. I fancy a cigar. Let's have a look. Billy. Oh, shut one of my eyes now, look. Shows how much I'm fucking lagging, doesn't it? I used to have to do that in London. I was on the tube. I used to come on and shut one eye so I could see properly. That's not good. I joined Advance, for fuck's sake. Well, don't worry. If you've joined Advance, you've got to tell Ben, right, that he cannot be under the English Constitution or anyone outside of the Irish, the Scottish, or the English, or the Welsh. None of them can have any position or authority. And you will soon see him going against the English Constitution. That's how you can tell they're bad people. Let me have a look. Deaf's a better alternative. The problem is with people saying things like deaf is a different alternative or a better alternative. There ain't enough people that stand up for the English. I will, and I'll die saying it. I don't want to compare myself to St Edmund, but I'm about the English, no one else, and about real Christianity. Not for that. Can I do that, Juicy Lucy? I doubt anyone is coming back to me now. Let me have a look and see if I can see any comments. I'll put it on there. I am fucking getting there now. Let me see if there's any. Look. I can't even hit the keyboard properly. You don't often see me like this, yeah. This is because I'm relaxed. I am proper relaxed where I am, and I can think properly where I am. Someone's just sent me a digital bottle of Becuan's Champion, award-winning. I used to drink that. And they said, that's what you are, a champion. They fucking give me some bollocks, didn't they? I ain't saying very, just put 2 Sambucas on the bar. Listen, tonight I would have been rocking, right? But I had to come do the show. I thought, fuck it, I can't do it. It's a Friday night. They've all pissed off to some local event or something. Don't know what it is. Did you all see that? Do you want me to show you these pictures of the slow worm? Let's see if I can pick it up. I don't know if I can pick it up. I don't think I can. Where have I put this up? Who will bring it up the screen? I'm fucking looking. Let's have a look. Oh, look at the pictures I've got coming up here. Medieval history buff. Just shows you some of the stuff I've got on my screen. Let me just show you this. Let me see if I can find it. I've got a load of messages come on. Anyone telling me to fuck off? It's fast in size. My brain can't make heads or tails. That's nothing undefeatable. Look, listen. Just fucking keep rocking. Scots support the English independence. Oh, fucking fantastic. That's what you should be doing. Stop all this fucking attacking the English. You're being very British if you're Scottish and you're doing that. Right, let's have a look. Let me see if I can find this. Graham McGregor. I've seen you on news page, Johnny Redmore. Do you know Granny Dellimore? James Dellingpole. Yeah, I do know James Dellingpole. He does not want me on his show. Just gives you the strength for the geezer. What's that, Graham? Do you remember Dave Russell? What happened to him? Fuck knows. Don't give a fuck. Davy Russell. There is a story with he was too egotistic. I'm only about England and about the Constitution. I'm nothing else. Still pissing it up and talking bollocks probably. Who's that? Graham Moore, Makeshift 101. Graham, do you remember Davy Russell? What happened to him? And then someone has just said, so the conversation is about Davy Russell, still pissing it up and talking bollocks, probably. Yeah, he's never stood in a court of law and standing up for the people, unlike me. And I'm not bigging myself up. I'm just saying who and what I am. I will do whatever it takes for you. That's it. I'm not interested in anything else. Let me see if I can find what I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think I will. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what it was. It was. Let me go try and find it. Still not found it. Oh, but oh yeah, there it is. Right, I'm going to show you something strange. Right, on the screen as we speak. Right, so I'm now going to transfer the screen. Hopefully you're going to see it. This is me lagging. Right, that screen share. I shouldn't do this when I'm lagging. No, let me see if I can find this. Faithful. God, this is funny, right? This is a geezer in my pub, right? His spaniel found something swirling about around one of the tables, right? And it turned out to be a slow worm, right? So I'm going to show you this video. Oh, why won't it play? It won't play. Video can't be played. What a load of bollocks. Stop sharing. That's it. It's giving me the it won't let me play it. But there was a slow worm in the pub, right? And this spaniel found it. They've come up with Graham, or what? This is a slow worm. And this geezer's got it all wrapping around his arm and everything, right? It's like a little snake. But it's not a snake. It's like a lizard without any legs. It's a snake. Right? A slow worm. And then they got something called a grass worm. And they got something called an adder, which is poisonous. But we've got to find all them. I will be finding some, trust me. I'll be chasing them like David Bellamy. I'll showing it. Anyway, that's it. I can't keep on. I am absolutely, if I stand up out of this chair, you're going to watch me try and cook something to eat now. Right, but I will cook something to eat. That's it. Good night. God bless. And don't forget what I believe in of the English Constitution is a solution. Or I could have another packet of Christmas dinner. I'm sure there's a lady out there who wants to cook for me. Who wants to love me. I haven't met one yet. Also, oh, right. We're getting there in the end now. There's another packet of crisps being opened now. I might do another video tomorrow. I think I'm live in Northern Ireland somewhere tomorrow night. The pub's all shut at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. And here. Not that I mind. We'll get there in the end. That's it. Good night. God bless. Don't forget what I believe in. The Constitution is the solution. And what you see is the real me. Don't see anything else.